it to slow down a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot happier and deeper there.
Yeah.
The Storm Equinox is coming on February 7th, and it's Zach's turn. He's a full-time PBA regional bowler with several big accomplishments in the sport under his belt, and he drilled 2 of these, so we'll get to see a layout comparison. As I always say to get started, I'm a longtime Pro Shop guy, and I've uploaded nearly 2,000 videos with the goal of helping you know what you're buying so that you can waste less money and enjoy bowling more. I have both a full standard review up front and then a lengthy on-lane commentary and discussion with shot-to-shot context and analysis in the back half of the video. We are, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. 42 feet, 25.5 mils. The graph is linked in the description if you want all of the pattern details. We'll start with the pin-up ball while we get through the tech details. The new asymmetric Solarian AI core features 3 cylinders, and this line on the website most efficiently explains all 3. The largest cylinder lowers the RG for fast revving and a tumbling front lane read. A top cylinder enhances drilling versatility, while the lightweight base increases torque and continuation. 15-pound RG is 248, the differential is 054, and the int diff is 018, so your definite prototypical strong asim numbers. Nothing is crazy or super different one way or another, and the 14 through 16-pound weights all have very similar numbers, so everyone should be happy about that. The new A1S Pearl cover stock with their new adhesion system technology, as you've already seen, is extremely clean and responsive. In the description on the website, it says that it sets a new standard in lane grip and responsiveness while being consistent and reliable. On their core cover chart, they rank it right below TX16, which is in solid form on the Phase 2, Pearl form on the Phase AI, and hybrid form on the Ion Pro, currently for reference. The Equinox is very easy down the lane and very sharp when it sees dry boards, and probably the closest comparison for my eyes is a stronger, sharper original Absolute. While Tobias saw a weaker reaction overall because he's more speed dominant, Zach is still seeing the same overall characteristics. Ultra clean ball, very easy length down the lane, and very sharp on the back end, which again makes it a little over-under on the fresh here, especially from straighter. So for both Tobias and Zach, we've seen responsive, but we haven't really seen the lane grip, and while it has been consistent and reliable, it's unfortunately been consistently and reliably difficult to control. To be fair, this is a challenge pattern again. There is oil on the gutter, but there's not a ton, so what a ball does out around the 3 to 5 board is always very telling. Stronger balls can get back from 3 or 4 unless they're straight thrown out the window, but cleaner balls don't, period, unless they're given a lot of help. If this ball gets outside of 5 on a normally thrown shot, it's pushing and not getting back unless he really slows it down and gets around it, so definitely medium strength cover. Now, Zach has a lot of physical tricks he can use to manipulate the ball reaction, but really no matter what he does from wherever he's playing, the ball wants to float in the oil and go nuts on the dry. He talks about this in the live comm section later, but he points out that it's a very fine line between the ball wiggling, or basically going too long and getting behind the head pin, or picking up too fast and cutting too hard. Now, while this could be a good thing on most regular lighter volume house shots, I mean, it'll be a monster you can just launch out there and watch it rip back, anything that's cliffed or a little flatter might require knocking the polish off and or just a different ball selection until some transition sets in. As he gets deeper on the lane, it's easier for him to make it work because adding angle acts like adding oil, because the further you throw the ball away from the pocket, the longer it's going to take for the ball to stop going the direction you're throwing it and start going the direction it's rolling or rotating in. Getting deeper gives him more room to work with so he can use more of his physical tricks, so it gets better from deeper, but the pinup ball is just too clean and responsive to use on the fresh on this pattern, so let's take a look now at the pin down ball. In the interest of time and not spending 2 more minutes rambling, we'll have a more concise look at the pin down ball, but realistically it doesn't take 15 more shots to see what we need to see. The pin down ball is still clean and sharp, but is decidedly smoother, rounder, and more controllable than the pin up ball. Drilling a ball pinned down takes more mass out of the top of the core, which raises the RG. That helps the ball to roll later and rev up slower, or basically it just helps the ball get down the lane easier, and it also lowers the differential, which reduces the flare, which slows the ball down more on the back end, and this is a great visual illustration of exactly what that looks like. Layouts fine-tune the ball. They don't turn it into a completely different one. It's still an Equinox. It's still very clean and very sharp either way. The pin down ball is just not as dynamic as the pin up version, which we also see with the 710 from deeper. Now Zach makes the adjustment and gets it up through the pins right on the final shot, but he had to help the pin down ball more from deeper than he did with the pin up ball. It's definitely still a ball that likes to skid, flip, and cover boards either way though. Code ROSEDALL10 at checkout will knock 10% off your purchases at CoolWick outside of Fast Track or Quick Ship jerseys, which are already very aggressively priced. Same discount code for 3D printed ball cups and spinners from Scarred Prints, plus there's a discount link for 10% off a Nexus backpack, their new journal, or other products, and finally an email address for custom handcrafted items like pins, bottle openers, and stoppers, and even bowls made out of old bowling balls. All kinds of other great and helpful things in the description. Also take a look at my YouTube memberships, where for just $5 a month you can get all my videos early and ad-free. We're also going to compare it to the Attention Star on this one because that's what makes the most sense. Now, as we saw with Tobias, the Equinox is a ball down from the Vibo, which makes it 2 balls down from the Physics Blackout, Origin, or Harsh Reality Pearl, so no reason to even play around there. And once again, like we saw with Tobias, there are some significant similarities between the Star and the Equinox, but the Star for Zach is also still the slightly earlier, slightly smoother, slightly stronger, and more controllable ball. It picks up and gets back from misses outside, maybe not quite all the way, but still more so than the Equinox, and because it's a little smoother, it lets him play a tighter line to the pocket as well without breaking loose or diving, or basically, with the Star, he's got a little bit more miss room to the left and to the right. As he continues moving in, the Star continues to hold up. It's a patient and controlled reaction that's still clean and responsive, while the Equinox has a turbocharged response down lane, which sometimes you need. If the lanes get burned up and you need to get left and into lofting territory and need a ball that's both going to get down the lane and then fly back from anywhere, the Equinox is absolutely built for that, as well as being a typical league or house shot killer. Once again, the Equinox releases all by itself on February the 7th, which is coming up soon as of the posting of this video. I also have a review up featuring Tobias, who is your more speed-dominant, high-average league bowler. Also remember, there are several minutes of on-lane commentary and discussion following this, so make sure to stick around for that as well. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.
It's kind of weird because it really goes when it gets friction, but it's still really clean.
Yeah. My angles are also a little bit weird right now because I was standing on 45 at league and throwing it out to the 5 board.
Yeah,
So I feel like I'm throwing it way farther right than I want to.
yeah.
Trying to get dialed back in straighter a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
It's definitely like clean because I went like 2 and 1 there, and it just like really wants to push.
Yeah, but you've got to give it plenty of room though, because it's so fast that if you get it in a pinch, it's gonna sneak up pretty quick.
See if we can get this dialed in. There we go.
I mean, theoretically, they were talking about designing it for a house shot, so that would make sense for if you chuck it right, for it to cover a lot of ground, getting back up there.
Yeah.
But it'll sit in the puddle at the same time.
Yeah.
Now it won't do that here for us.
Yeah.
There's not really a puddle.
Yeah.
But on people that have normal house shots.
Yeah. need it to slow down a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot happier and deeper there.
Yeah. I tried to make it back.
Yeah. That was a bad rack. This rack also sucks.
I love that 6-step approach. I'll make 2 good shots in a row one day. Back to 0.
Kick it.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yep.
Definitely would like to have a little more friction to throw it on, ideally. Just right now it wants to kind of miss it or 9-pin. This is not quite right. Like, it needs a little more friction.
Yeah.
If I roll it, it just doesn't want to see it, and if I get around it, it wants to either 9-pin or get behind it and do what it did there.
Yeah.
Whee!
Yeah. Yeah, it's trying and
Yeah.
it's close, but it's just a couple feet
Yeah.
too long.
Yep.
Yeah, that one blends it quite a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this one will probably look a little better right now. Maybe. We'll see. If I go left.
Yeah.
If I go left and it goes too long, then there's just not enough friction to throw it, but it should let me stay a little straighter than what I was trying to throw the pin up on.
Yeah, it's still pretty clean and sharp. But
Yeah, yeah. I thought I moved enough.
Yeah.
This will go a little bit more. See what happens. I just want to get around this one a little more and see what it does off of that 710. So I think it just rolled a little too much. Bang.
Yep.